Hi, welcome back. This is the last Lent video that we will be doing.
Yes, indeed. We've had a great journey with you, and this past Sunday we journeyed through the cross and into really the pinnacle of our faith, which is the resurrection. Paul actually talks so much about how if the resurrection didn't happen, all of this is for naught. But because the resurrection happened, Jesus comes back. The conquering of death and the victory gives you and me salvation.
And me. But what a journey it has been with you guys and with each other. And before we get to Good Friday and Easter Sunday or Resurrection Sunday, just reflect on this time of Lent, that it has been a journey. And I love this whole Lenten season. We've been talking about what it means to be journeying with and alongside Jesus and each other and our small groups and the community that we get to just have around us. And just reflect on that for a second.
Yeah, amen. Reflect on that. Okay, well, now that you've done a good job reflecting on that, reflect on Troy's Easter shirt.
Oh, yes.
This last week of Jesus' life. So it started Palm Sunday. He comes in, triumphal entry. People are like, Lord, save us. You're the best. And then as that week progressed in Jesus' life, he went from being celebrated as the king to betrayed by one of his closest people. And then from there into offering up as a literal sacrifice to die, and just how quickly that process of from celebration to death went. And I want to hold us in that moment just for a second of how Jesus actually invites us into that process. And that's a little painful to say, but the idea of it, and we see it in the New Testament with various writers talking about to die to yourself, and to what does it look like to embrace the journey to the cross, where we come before God and say, I gotta let this die so that you and me can further come alive. And that's a tough process at times, especially when we want to hold on to whatever it is.
Yeah. I see in that process, in that fragile moment of holding it and taking it in and suffering alongside and being present to the suffering of Jesus. I think you see that God is not going to always allow us to avoid the pain or skip out on the pain just because we're following Jesus, but rather this is a beautiful example that he will see us through it. Yeah. And that the Resurrection Sunday says that the pain and the suffering and the horrific event of Friday is something that I will be right there with you to go through. And I think that is the fragile little pause that I enjoy, or that I want to take seriously, and in the process and in the journey with Jesus, of no matter what hardship I go through, that he will be right alongside me. And
I love that he's both in the journey with you and in those painful points. But what helps us get through is this idea of hope that Sundays are coming. In fact, there's a song where there's a line that's just, hey, Sundays are coming, no matter what you're encountering through. And that's not to diminish, because I do think Jesus is with you present in those painful times. But those times are not for eternity. And that's what I have a hope, and that's what Resurrection Sunday gives us, is that Sundays are coming. When you hold on to hope, and the hope of what's to come and what Jesus has done and the victory that we have in that, that's a changing perspective. I was reading a pastor who said, the number one thing I need to do as a leader is to stay encouraged. Because if I become discouraged and I lose that aspect, my ability to shape others, my ability to preach, my ability to even take care of my family is all thwarted, because I've lost that hope. And so for us, when it looks at how do I make it through to the next, how do I live in Resurrection Sunday on the daily, I think it starts with the framing of hope. And hope in both Jesus in your life now through the pain, and hope in Jesus and what he's doing in and through you for the future.
Yeah, what a beautiful journey it has been in the Lenten season to hold on to that, to be encouraged, to see that Jesus on the other side of that hope that you're talking about. And each week we hit specific topics that were in the gospel, and we just touched a little bit on the Old Testament with Brian and in Psalms, but each sermon this Lenten season was something that was digging us deeper into this journey of what it means to live a Christian life and what it means to be a disciple of Jesus. And I think that's something that hope on the other side is essential and key to who we are.
Amen. So as you go your way, we hope that this journey through the cross and into Resurrection Sunday is one that brings you closer to Jesus and into this place of hopeful expectation, both for today and what God's doing in you today, and what God's going to do in and around you tomorrow.
And with that, we have so enjoyed this journey, and I've learned a lot from this journne. And have you learned?
I definitely have learned a lot.
Beautiful. And I think as we take this message of hope and just the essence behind what Resurrection Sunday and what that empty tomb and the multiple accounts we could read in the Gospels and the plethora of scholars that have touched on it, stay filled with hope, and we just are so encouraged to do life alongside you guys.
See you next time.